Kindle-Whoo Vindaloo. So this is a powder seasoning I got from Mr. Jason Larez, also known as JAWZ, also known as Get Grimy, Stay Grimy, right? So he sent me this for a winnings that I did in a Facebook group, and damn near a year ago, maybe over a year ago. And this is my first time trying it. So it's a Vindaloo inspired, pepper forward powder seasoning. It's super fine. There's no bits and pieces in there. I mean, it's ground up really well. I can tell you this right off the jump when you smell it. It really speaks Middle Eastern, Indian kind of flavors and aroma. Really speaks to what a Vindaloo is and should be. It's very, very on point with that. I don't know how hot this is, but I know from just smelling it the first time, it took me back. Again, I love the label. That label right there with the lava, the volcano, the whole deal. And then his signature logo down here, the shark, Jason JAWZ Larez. Get grimy, stay grimy. So this is something that, you can't buy. It's something that is earned, gifted, those type of things. So Jason, if you catch this, JAWZ, I love you, man. I appreciate it. I really do. It just took me this long to get to it. So anyway, let's get to it. I like Middle Eastern flavors. I like Vindaloo. I like curries. I like all of that stuff. It's not where my body and my mind and my palate goes to, right off the jump. Like, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? What are we doing? It doesn't go to that side of cuisine. And so I was doing something kind of different tonight. And here's what we have. So I did just carne asada tacos, but on hot dog buns, okay? Again, I'm not going to show too much of this because this isn't how we're going to review it per se. But the carne asada is cooked, seasoned with salt and pepper, and a generous amount of this. I didn't go overboard because you can go overboard with grimy products. I've been there. The first sauce he ever sent me, I went overboard and I paid for it. So a nice dusting though. I mean, it's got a good amount on there. So these should be pretty warm. But anyway, here's the plate that I created. A couple of those. Carne asada, seasoned salt and pepper, Vindaloo or Kindle-Whoo Vindaloo, okay, on hot dog buns. I charred them real quick, then I put them in the microwave to soften them up a little bit, and just, kept them pretty street taco essence, if you will. In the meat, though, also I did serranos, fresh serranos, and white onion diced as I was cooking it. But I also put white onion, green onion, fresh tomato, and cilantro on top of the dogs, or the tacos, however you want to call it. And then a charred, avocado there. And I also put some habanero hot sauce on it. But to try the Kindle-Whoo Vindaloo. It's a tongue twister, friends. I just did a little avocado. So this is the other half of the avocado. The other half's on my plate for dinner. But this one right here, I thought, this would be a good vessel for this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think so, though. Kindle-Whoo, JAWZ, if you catch this, I love you. I appreciate you. You're a mentor, a good person, and here we are. First time trying it for the most part. I've got a little bit in me because I had to test my meat and all my things, but let's put a little bit on this. I'm not going to go too hard because I don't want to be hurting tonight. I really don't. But let's put some on the avocado. I don't have any hard-boiled eggs like I normally do. So we're just going to douse this up real nice. Give it a nice little coating. Not too much. Not too much, guys. Okay, that's good. That's enough. That's enough Kindle-Whoo. And for the review purposes of tonight, that's kind of what we're looking at. So it's in the meat for tonight's dinner as well, because I want my dinner spicy, and all I put in there besides this powder was fresh serrano, and not a lot, and some habanero pepper, or some habanero sauce. All right, let's try this. Normally I grill my avocados, but tonight I just didn't want to go out there. It's windy as shit. I decided we'll just put them straight on the burners. Here we are. Okay. I don't think I got enough of it on there. It was making me sneeze and everything when I was adding it to the asada while I was cooking it and all that. And, you know, I always make the mistake of sniffing too much. Let's add some more, though. I think it needs a little more. I don't know. But I got to tell you, the bottles he's using, look at this thing. This is how he shipped it to me. Big old fucking bottle. I don't know how much, you know, what this weighs, but, you know, it's got the nice stopper at the top with the two different application valves, if you will. Really nice. So about 3 years ago, I cooked some Burmese python. And I did a curry with it. This would have been phenomenal with that. Again, I don't know if this is the best application for the particular. Ooh, that was nice. Okay. Yes, you gotta hit it with a little bit more. It's really fine powder. This is pretty good though. What I'm digging the most about this application, and again, this really has nothing to do with the powder itself because of the application that I'm using it on right now, because I'm learning what to do with it and where I want to put it. And it'd be great in a ramen. It'd be great on fish. A lot of things are starting to pop into my mind, but, you know, I don't think avocado is necessarily the best, but it's working okay. And the main reason that it's working pretty well is because I grilled the avocado first, right? So if you were to just cut an avocado, use it fresh, I mean, this is still fresh, but without charring it, grilling it, giving it a little bit of that robust flavor from the flame, this wouldn't be quite as good as it is. The charredness of the avocado is pairing pretty well with the powder. Again, not the first thing that's coming to my mind to use it on, but here we are. But I'm a big fan of lamb chops, lamb shoulder. This would be great to season. It's stuck in the throat right now. This would be great to season some lamb with. Even some nice white rice. Just coat it with that. You'll be in heaven. So there we are with that. I really just wanted to try the seasoning, the powder itself, without mixing it with too many other flavors, which is what's happened here, right? With the taco fucking buns, the whole situation. But since we're here, I do want to give this a shot too, just to see how it's working in that. So let's give this a go. Let's scoop us out a little bit of the sour cream. Just right out of the avocado. Again, I already told you everything that's on it. And let's squeeze it with a little fresh lime too, just cause. Powders really stick to the throat. And it takes a good little minute to get those kind of cleared. All right, friends, here's what we're working with. It's basically a taco, but on a hot dog bun. Carne asada. It's phenomenal. The heat has increased. That powder is sticking to my throat. But the heat has now increased. Just from that one bite to basically that whole avocado sprinkled with the Kindle-Whoo has increased quite a bit. Remember, I've got habanero sauce on that. I've got fresh serrano cooked in with the meat. And again, like I said, a generous helping of the Kindle-Whoo from Jason JAWZ Larez. Get grimy, stay grimy. You know, his business, his tenfold, his everything is grimy. Everything I've had from the guy's fantastic, and this is no different. You know, and again, I didn't know how much of that sauce, I didn't know how much of that powder to put on there, right? I'd never tried it before. This is honestly first go at it. First try. Now, I tasted my meat. You know, I took a little chunk of the asada, you know, out of the pan while I'm cooking it and sauteing it, whatever. And I smelled it, so I was getting some of it. But this is my first go of actually tasting it, applying it. I might have added, I like the amount I added. Let's give this another bite. Again, hot dog bun, asada. It's really good. I thought it was going to change the the concept of what my dinner was tonight. And my concept for dinner tonight was simply somewhat authentic Hispanic street tacos, but on a hot dog bun. I didn't have any tortillas, and I needed to get rid of these buns. That powder's really hitting the throat. But I was worried because of the smell and the inspiration behind it being a Vindaloo inspired kind of powder, that it was going to change the overall concept of what I have here. But it hasn't. I think I added just the right amount. Maybe a little bit more than what I was originally thinking of a burn tonight. But it's not anything I can't handle, right? It's not anything that's too much. But I can see now where my portions will be when I want it to be extremely hot or not. Let's add a good helping of just straight on top of it. You know what I mean? And see what that do. I go and hit straight to the back of the throat. You're going to hear me cough, guaranteed. Here's what we got. There's a good amount on the top of this. Wow. This is delicious. I mean, it's... It offers a nice, a really good front of the mouth burn to it. Look at this piece here. This little asada. If you can see the seasoning on that. Fantastic. I'm going to kill this video pretty quick. I'm finished enjoying this. I made enough for about 4 of these. We'll see where I get. But there's a place here to me, and I don't know how far they reach nationwide, but the other thing that just came to my mind is the fresh lime is pairing really well with this as well. Again, this stuff is gorgeous, beautiful. Thank you again, Jason, if you catch this. Thank you, bro. But there's a place local to me, and I don't know how far they stretch, right? I'm in northern Nevada. But it's called Pizza with a Twist, Chicago's Pizza with a Twist, whatever moniker they're going by. It's like both. But it's Indian folk, right? Middle Eastern folk running the joint. And a lot of their pizzas, not a lot, a good amount, have some Indian influence, an Indian take, and Middle Eastern influence things. I reviewed a pizza not too long ago from them, and I reviewed a pizza not too long ago from Mountain Mike's that was very similar in style to what we have going on here. And I'm starting to really think that these Middle Eastern spices, okay, that we're accustomed to, that for the longest time, I always just attribute them to, it has to be on that cuisine, that kind of food, that kind of thing, right? I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. And this powder right here, this shit right here, is kind of starting to change my mind, because it does have that underlying Vindaloo curry, just Middle Eastern vibe to it, with something that I created to taste like Hispanic style food. And I'm getting both. But neither one of them is like really outweighing the other in terms of flavor. This is obviously the hottest thing on the plate. Let's not get that mistaken. And it's contributing a lot to that. But I'm going to have to start using, and that's probably why I didn't use this powder longer. Okay, this video is getting long. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's probably why I didn't use this pepper powder blend sooner than tonight. And again, like I said, I've had this for probably a year and a half. Not quite a year and a couple months, because I earned it doing something else. And that was like in February, March of last year. And JAWZ always sends quick, on the point. Love the guy. I can't say enough good things. This shit is phenomenal. It's changing my whole thought process on how to incorporate spices of this nature. Thank you guys for burning with me. We'll see you next time.